This is what the makeup is supposed to look like. She didn't really want to be my friend, but I think her mom wanted her to be my friend. So look at how beautiful that is. If you guys understand color theory, good morning. It is 6:58 a.m. I went to the gym a little bit later, so I worked out from 5:15 to 6:45, then stopped by the package room. But I have been telling you guys that I make my own yogurt, so let me show you how I do mine. It literally takes 5 minutes and it's so delicious. This is super easy, guys. 2 ingredients: this non-dairy soy beverage and these capsules. These are my probiotics that I take every day anyway. I'm just emptying the contents of 4 of the capsules in this little container. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the soy milk from the bowl and just combine it with my frother. I want to get it nice and combined because I'm going to add it back to the bowl of the soy milk and then combine it all together. I want to make sure that probiotic is nicely and evenly distributed throughout the soy milk so that I have a successful batch of this dairy-free yogurt that it is so delicious. And if you want to try this, I hope you do. It's super, super easy. That's pretty much it. Once I add back the probiotic and soy milk mixture, I just stir it up to get it combined, and then I start filling these 12-ounce canning jars. And as you'll see here in just a second, I learned that making sure that you don't overfill the canning jar ensures that it's going to set successfully. So I just top it off to right there where you see it at. And then the leftover goes into this smaller ramekin because that amount is what I'll save in the refrigerator to make the next batch. So the next batch, I won't have to empty the probiotic capsules. I'll just use that leftover yogurt to start the next batch. And I'll show you that in just a second. But that's it. On the Instant Pot, I set it on the yogurt setting, medium heat for 11.5 hours. And it comes out perfect. 11.5 hours. I have this beautiful yogurt. It's just set nice and firm. It's just beautiful and it's so delicious. And look at the texture. And this texture is before I even put it in the refrigerator. It sets a little bit more solid once you refrigerate it for a couple more hours. And this is where I save it, in this little jar, the one from that little ramekin. And when I start the next batch, that's all I do. Just add that into the soy milk, stir it in, and just follow the same process. And this is one of the systems that makes eating healthy feel easy for me. Hello and welcome back to the channel, my mature, radiant, serene friends. Today is Wednesday, March 25th. My throat was starting to feel weird on Sunday. It progressively got worse. I have just been nursing myself back to health, drinking cup after cup of this lemon ginger tea with, I had some local honey and doing Celtic salt water throat rinses, and I'm feeling much better. This pollen. And y'all, you know what the funny thing is I just realized watching a video last night that an increase in allergies or allergic reactions is also related to perimenopause. So I'm like, no wonder, y'all. I used to suffer with allergies and hay fever and all that really bad when I was younger, like my younger years and teenage years. And then when I moved to New York in 2001, by the time I came back to Atlanta in 2005, I no longer had allergies. So for over 21 years, no allergies until all of a sudden this year. Apparently it could be just due to the whole aging process. So here we are. I was just truly grateful. I probably would have had to have called out, but because I was working from home, I was able to manage, you know, being back and forth in the kitchen, sipping on my tea, you know, taking little breaks and things like that. And I realized that I'm at a place now, and I have been for a while, that I don't chase anything. I do my best to maintain like an inner peace. Over the last 10 years has been a lesson for me in gratitude, focusing on gratitude in any moment where I am, no matter what was going on, no matter what I had or didn't have, I remain grateful. And I think that was the catalyst to just my life where I am now and where I'm continuing to evolve to. But anyway, right now we are going grocery shopping. I made it back, guys, and it is just amazing that the more I learn about this whole perimenopause journey and how just in general, again, being that I still have my menstrual cycle, how all these years, especially since I've been intermittent fasting, I didn't know why I would be so hungry at certain times. And now just having that knowledge of knowing that a week before your menstrual cycle that I shouldn't be fasting, that I need to be supporting progesterone, that this is the time to really nurture my body, not go too hard, give myself more comforting meals with carbs. It's just been another game changer. I feel so much better. Let's go ahead and get into this haul. Another thing I'm super excited about today is because I spent under $70 and got a nice variety of grocery to carry me through the next week. And that was at 3 stores. I went to Publix, Trader Joe's, and Aldi. So let's get right into it. So for my Publix BOGOs this week, I got some Celestial tea. I got Peach Passion. I love making peach lemon iced tea. And this Raspberry Zinger tea is also very delicious. These are like my go-tos in the summertime. So this was perfectly on time. Also on BOGO, we have some Bird's Eye vegetables. I normally get my green beans from Aldi, but being that these were on BOGO this week, they were actually less expensive than the ones at Aldi. So that was awesome. I also got some chopped spinach. I like having these on hand because sometimes when I cook like sauteed cabbage, sometimes I like to add spinach in there, so that's what I'll likely do this week. They had some Land O'Lakes butter, got some salted butter because I gotta keep my little butter crock filled up. Try not to eat too much deli meat, but whenever they have these on BOGO, this Natural Choice Hormel that has no preservatives, no nitrates, or no artificial ingredients or added hormones, I normally get this, and this is for just a chef salad. I got some turkey smoked sausage. I don't eat these too much either, but when my honey is over here, sometimes on the weekend we might do like a traditional breakfast, so I'll have that. That was it. That was on sale on BOGO. But I did get these organic shredded carrots because I just love having these all the time. I add them, and y'all saw last week I had them in my green bean and beef stir fry. I put this in salads. I put these on a lot of different things, so they're just the perfect little crunch. So next we went over to Aldi, and this was not even on my list this week, but I was able to fit it and stayed way under budget. I got some sparkling waters, and I actually like this brand, Waterloo, so this time I got some raspberry nectarine, and so that was awesome. I got 2 packs of strawberries. I got some cocktail, these Campari. I always call these Campari, but the cocktail tomatoes on the vine, which I love. I got some kiwi, and I love that they had this big thing on sale this week because these are so gut friendly, and I'm doing my best to add like 2 of these to my diet at least a few days during the week, so I was happy to get those. I got my red oranges again this week, and this is for just, I add them to my lunch or dinner or breakfast, and I like slicing them to put in my tea or whatever. 2 cucumbers and 4 salads, whatever. And I got some French onion soup mix because, believe it or not, putting like, let's just say a half a cup of my homemade yogurt and like a half a packet of one of these, then you get, look, this is 20 calories. So you're talking, I can eat a whole half a cup of French onion dip made with my soy yogurt and a half a pack of this for 60 calories. And I could dip it in some gluten-free crackers or something like that. Perfect little snack for not a lot of calories. And just, you know, those moments when I kind of just want something. I also got another container of carrots. Now, these are some organic carrots. And this is going to be another surprise in another video. I'm going to do something very special with these, and it will probably not be in this video, probably be in the next video, so stay tuned for that. But it's going to be something super healthy for us, for anybody, but definitely us women in perimenopause. Oh, I forgot. I did get 2 dozens of eggs. Oh, and I got a can of crushed pineapple because always got to stay on top of that. Y'all know that's going to go in my yogurt like 99% of the time. Just a tablespoon or so of it just for the way that it sweetens up my yogurt. At Trader Joe's, I got 3 cartons of this non-dairy organic soy beverage. This is the main ingredient in my 2-ingredient homemade yogurt. It's been a very, very economical way to get something super, super healthy in my diet, and that's super gut friendly. And the last thing I got at Aldi was this Trader Joe's salmon rub, which if you guys are here in Atlanta and you've ever had the salmon at Pasha, I think I've said this in one of my other videos, I always used to get the salmon and I was always like, what? How does this taste so good? And then one day I just happened to see this in Trader Joe's and I bought it, and I normally take my salmon and season it up with like a generous amount. Like this, if I get like, let's just say 2 pounds of salmon, this normally will, you know, cover me cooking salmon like maybe 3 times. But yeah, it's very economical, so I had to just re-up on that. Y'all, it is so pollinated outside. I am literally afraid to just touch anything or just be around for too long without showering. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the day today, but I will see y'all tomorrow because I'm gonna shower and get this pollen off of me wrap my hair back up, which I must say, I'm so excited to be having another beautiful, good hair day. But yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hello and welcome back. Today is Thursday, March 26th. And I noticed in the last video that foundation I was putting on that Maybelline Fit Me is not for you, girl. Okay, so I am headed to the mall right now to get some of my MAC Studio Tech foundation that I have been wearing for over 25 years. And yeah, 2 years ago, I went to MAC to re-up on some foundation and they were out of my shade. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just go and get a little pharmacy brand. And all this time I've been thinking like, oh, okay, this is fine. But for whatever reason, the way the light hit me in that video, I was like, oh, no. I learned years ago that I have a yellow undertone. So I have to go with the MAC NC shade. So about to go do that right now. And fingers crossed that I will find the Impassioned lipstick. And oh my God, I hate that they no longer do the 6 empties for the free lipstick, because that was my jam. That was how I really collected so many. Well, I bought a lot of them, but it was good to get a free lipstick every now and again. But they don't do that anymore. That's fine. But I am still going to return 5 of my empties that I have, just to, you know, do my little responsible thing for the environment. That's what I'm off to today. I have on this little camouflage little dress I think I got from Shein a year or so ago. These are by Sanctuary, and these are some little flat sandals that I got at Bloomingdale's outlet, I believe last year. They're super comfortable and I love that little gold detail on the toe. So let's head to the mall. Hello, I'm back. Today is Saturday, March 28th, and it is another gorgeous day outside. However, the temperature has dropped. I know this morning when I woke up, it was like 49 degrees, and I had to imagine that I would be going out in a red jumpsuit that I just got yesterday. But that's not going to happen. I had a change of plans, and I'm grasping for straws in my closet since I've already taken all of my winter and fall stuff and put it in storage. So I had to make something happen with this outfit today. But anyway, honey and I are going to date night tonight, and I'm going to bring you guys along so you guys will see. We don't really have like a super plan. We're going to head out to an area that I've been wanting to get back to for some time. But before I do that, I wanted to show you guys what I picked up at the mall the other day. I've already unboxed some of the stuff because I had to use it. Let me do MAC first. So for MAC, I got the NC50 Studio Fix Fluid Liquid Foundation. And then, so remember the other day I was telling you guys that the lipstick Impassioned was my favorite bright pink, and it still is. But that color has also been discontinued, so I did have to end up going with the Candy Yum Yum, which is really pretty too. But you guys can't really see, but it's just, The Impassion, you guys can see the difference kind of there. This one kind of has kind of like a bluish kind of undertone, if you guys understand color theory. And this one has more of like a orange kind of undertone. So I do like the Impassion better, but I love the Candy Yum Yum too, so that's going to have to do it. Also, if you saw that video, you might think, well, this one looks better, but it's just that I have on, I think, a heroin lip liner with this. So I still think if I was wearing the heroin lip liner with this Impassioned, it would look better, but oh well, I'll be using this one. And I'll probably go to another, like maybe NARS or somewhere, and see if I can find a pink that looks closer to this Impassion, because I really love it. Also, while I was at Sephora, there's a product that has also been discontinued. I used to use the Shimmer Brick Bronze Glow Compact that was like more stripes for the highlight, but they've always had this gorgeous Bronze Glow, which is a regular highlight powder. So look at how beautiful that is. I got that. I'm wearing that today. My makeup, I must say, came out very well, and all because I got the right color now and I got the right product. I told them that I missed my birthday gift, and they were like, well, you can't get it for 2025, but you can go ahead and get it early for 2026. And I was like, oh, no time like the present. So it's a little box from Tower 28 that had these two products in here. And this is the SOS Daily Rescue Facial Spray. And then this nice little nude lip gloss. This is a really nice buttery lip gloss, which is very moisturizing. I normally have to put like a regular EOS chapstick under my lipsticks or lip glosses anyway, but this one feels very moisturizing. So this is gonna be nice to have in my lipstick bag. This rescue spray is like a nice little free bonus to my skincare routine. I think I've been telling you guys I'm really much into the layering of moisturizers. In addition to that, I have been waxing my entire face for probably about 15 years now, but now that I'm using retinol, that kind of interrupts the flow of how I can do the retinol, because you don't want to do, we'll get into all of that later. But anyway, I'm threading my eyebrows and my lower face every 2 weeks now. And then I'll just, you know, wax like my cheek and sideburn area every 2 to 3 weeks or so. And that just keeps my skin smooth, keeps the peach fuzz away, and allows my skin to look nice, smoother, and brighter, and allows my makeup to go on really smooth. So anyway, with this product here, it's like an antibacterial type thing. So it's not a must-have, but it was a nice freebie bonus, like I said. So what I'll do with this is, and I actually used it this morning because I did go out this morning at 9 a.m. It was a little cool, but I went out and got my 10,000 steps in. And y'all, I'm so happy and proud of myself to say that I am back on my strength training. I'm going to be going to the beach. My honey has planned a trip for us. So Operation Beachbody is underway, and so I started my resistance training this morning, and it felt really good, and I could tell I'm definitely going to be sore tomorrow. I did upper body today, but anyway, when I came back, I was a little bit sweaty, and so I just went ahead and, without wiping my face, went ahead and sprayed it on a nice little layer of it, and then I kind of tidied up or whatever and let it dry, and then cleanse my face. So it's kind of like a pre-cleansing step anytime you're worrying about antibacterial. I also used it yesterday because when I went and got threaded, my skin has gotten used to all of that, but it's still good to calm the skin down. And the rose water kind of has like a little cooling effect that they put on, but this is like really calmed it down. So I'll keep this in my purse whenever I go to get threaded and stuff like that. And it was just nice to have things that give you that extra care and attention to the skin, because, you know, hey, aging beautifully, gracefully, happily is the real flex. So that was a nice little freebie. So also, I ended up going to Marshalls yesterday, but since I haven't been feeling well over the last couple of weeks, and since I really haven't been going out too much, my spring and summer stuff was in this big bin. So I finally took out whatever I didn't purge last summer and went and put all my clothes away. And I found this blouse that I bought last year, and I wish I would have got some footage of it so you guys could see what the blouse looked like, but it was one of those blouses that's like just full at the end, and I don't know why I bought it. It was still had the tag on it. I knew I wasn't going to wear it, and so I was like, you know what, let me take this back Marshalls doesn't have an issue taking things back, so they gave me a store credit, which is what I wanted because I was going to spend it right then anyway. And so that's what I did. I ended up getting 3 things at Marshalls. Let me show you what I got. So the first non-clothing item is this Joico Moisture Recover. Y'all, this conditioner here is the truth, and I stay stocked up on it. As I keep telling y'all, I've been having really good hair days, shampooing my hair once a week, wearing my natural hair. This is my moisture conditioner, deep conditioner, every week. Tried and true. I love it. It just does my hair so well. And today actually was time for my protein treatment, but I always follow protein with the moisture. So I did like a 45-minute protein treatment while I was kind of just relaxing after my workout. And then I did just 10 minutes with the moisture recovery, and my hair came out perfect. What I also got was this beautiful blue, I guess you can call it like a sundress, and this fabric is so nice. It's not like a cotton, it's kind of like, I don't know, I'm not good with all of that, but it has like a soft, like satiny kind of feel, but it's not satin, but it has like this little, you know, I don't know what they call these little neck things, but it's beautiful with like a, I guess you can call it like a drop waist. Just absolutely beautiful, and I love this kind of periwinkle blue. Absolutely beautiful. And then I got this beautiful red jumpsuit. It's like a wide leg jumpsuit with like the spaghetti straps with the bow. Look how pretty that is with the little sweetheart neckline. Just gorgeous, okay? Really, really, really nice. Cannot wait to wear that. And this was on clearance. So I'm not mad at all at the finds that I got this week. So happy to have gotten back to wearing my real makeup, because y'all, this is what the makeup is supposed to look like, okay? The face is facing, all right? The makeup, I did that today. But yeah, today's fragrance is Versace Bright Crystal. And before I head out, let me show you guys what I'm wearing, because I'm rushing because he's downstairs waiting. And I don't want to keep him waiting. And this is the look for today. Very casual. These pants are like some like silky quilted pants. I don't know who they're by. Something I got from Marshalls like 2 years ago. And these are the Tory Burch sport sandals. And this is a, I don't know, like a shimmery iridescent kind of blouse that I have just tucked in the front. And this is the straw bag you guys have already seen with the gold accent. And this is the look. I'm carrying this bag most of the time so I can take you guys along with me.
I get that in for you. Can I get those menus from you guys?
Today is Thursday, April 2nd, and I wanted to complete my thought that I had earlier before I went grocery shopping last week. I was talking about how I don't chase anything and what a difference that has made in my life. When I say I don't chase men or relationships. I don't chase girlfriends and female relationships. I don't chase anything that it is that I want. I stay in a place of gratitude, and I stay being a good person, because one thing that I have learned in my 49 years is that God does not like ugly, and God don't play about me. And I'm pretty sure you guys all feel the same way, especially if you know you're a good person. So I would say probably about 16 years ago, I met a female in a group that I was in. I didn't know this woman from Adam, really, but because of how my heart is, she had just gotten pregnant and had just kind of moved to the area and was just making new friends. I forgot how the conversation came up. I asked her, hey, when were you having a baby shower? Because she was kind of getting far along. And she was like, oh, I really don't know anybody here. I'm not having a baby shower. I said, I would be happy to host your baby shower for you. So probably within a few weeks or a month, I hosted the baby shower for her. Everything went fine. And we stayed pretty cool, chill friends. Now, I did notice a couple of things during the friendship, or I would say I was being a friend. I can't necessarily say that she was being a friend, in my opinion. So anyway, time moved on. I went through my divorce. I left Atlanta temporarily and moved back in with my parents for a while. So at some point we reconnected. I don't know if I reached out or she reached out, but we started communicating via text and social media. And when it was time for me to think about coming back to Atlanta, she had kind of leveled up in her career and things like that, had a huge network. So I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm trying to come back to Atlanta, but I need to, get a job. I want to make some more money, blah, blah, blah. So immediately she was like, oh, girl, I got you. Send me your resume. And I sent it to her, and I didn't hear anything back for a couple of days. So then I texted her, and she didn't respond. So I was like, okay. Now, even at that stage, I wasn't going to chase somebody who's blatantly not responding to me. I was kind of like, okay, well, maybe she's busy, because I'm always going to give people the benefit of the doubt. But there was part of me like, okay, if she being funny, or what? So anyway, I left it alone. Never said anything about it. Through my own moves or whatever, I ended up with the same company I was with. I was able to transfer and got a promotion to a new job and transferred back to Atlanta anyway. So it worked out. So it was all good. So now that I'm back in Atlanta, she knows I'm back, and she reconnects with me again. And at this point, I realized that her mother actually came to the baby shower, and it was her mom who was saying like, hey, you know what? Tia is a really nice girl. She's a really, really sweet friend to you. And she would always tell me how her mom was always asking about me. And she kind of had one of those, I don't know, kind of like a love-hate relationship with her mom. They were very close, but her mom was kind of one of those moms that was kind of interjecting and kind of, I guess, having a certain level of control. So then I realized that maybe she didn't really want to be my friend, but I think her mom wanted her to be my friend, because her mom felt like Tia is a really good person. She's really sweet. She has a big heart, etc., etc. Fast forward, she starts reaching out to me, connecting with me again, and somehow we start this venture together. And the treatment towards me progressively gets worse, but I'm the type of person that I don't necessarily react immediately when people do things. I kind of just observe and pay attention, so I can be like, okay, let me be sure. I don't want to just have a irrational reaction and be like, hey, blah, 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 let me check you or whatever. I'll just be like, okay, just because I didn't say something doesn't mean I didn't see something or feel something, So I was feeling things and seeing things, but I was like, okay, note to self, let me just make a mental note. And then I'm making another mental note. And then I'm making another mental note. Like, yo, this chick don't like you, Tia. That's the conclusion that I'm coming to. But there was really no need for me to have a confrontation with her, because I'm like, okay, it'll just fade away. But lo and behold, in this group venture that we have, she starts finding ways to belittle me and just outright exclude me. And I was like, okay, this shit got me bent, but whatever. So I wasn't really checking for her like that, so I really didn't pay much attention. But I remained a good friend to her while she kept being ugly towards me. It was kind of like slick what she was doing, but in the midst of all of that, she invited me to participate in this particular event, which was pretty amazing. She was not there, but I went to this event on my own, and I ended up meeting someone there, and through that connection, I ended up connecting with a group of the most beautiful, successful, courageous women that are all still a part of my life. That was just such a huge lesson for me. Like, I just remain grateful. I don't have to go hard for anything. All I have to do is stay in my lane, do what feels right to me, treat people how I want to be treated. And even when people are ugly and nasty towards me, I don't even have to react. I can just back up. I don't have to chase and be like, hey, why'd you do that? Like, I used to be hurt in the past, and I would be like, oh, you know, I did this for this person. I go out of my way for this person, and they don't do it back for me. What I realized is that we will get it back. I always get it back, and I always get it back 1,000-fold. But most of the time, it doesn't come back from the person or the people that I may have given to. Over here on this channel, we believe and we know that aging beautifully, gracefully, and happily is the real flex. And one of the main ways that I do that is by maintaining my inner peace. Everything that I want and need will be provided to me and for me. And I can keep this smile on my face and this peace in my heart and age without the stress of chasing or doing or pursuing or just, you know, not having to work too hard. Okay? Hopefully this made sense and I hope it helps someone. So like I told you guys, I've been back on my strength training. I did upper body and lower body over 4 days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I think that's the schedule that I'm going to keep in celebration of how proud I am for week 1. I am going to celebrate with a very healthy, sweet treat, and I'm going to take a much needed bubble bath to soothe and relax these sore muscles.